Alright guys, how's it going? It's March 3rd. I'm sorry, April 3rd. Wow, it's late. It's April 3rd. Let's get into it. So let's start looking at the S&P 500. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, so what's going on here? So it's hard to see this candlestick, but we had the low of the candle this day right here. The low was 252 on SPY. So that's the level that I'm watching, and I think we're gonna test it. We're absolutely gonna test it. We're gonna test it before we see any type of bounce, in my opinion. I just have a feeling that we could go bearish, which is okay. There are several ways to make money if the S&P 500 goes bearish. Easiest way probably would be puts. So looking at some other names, such as Aapl, I would say Aapl is stronger than the market right now. We got the low of the February dump down in here, and we're all the way up here in Aapl. That's pretty healthy to me. We're kind of in the middle. Honestly, I really don't see too much in the charts. The MACD, until we get close to that 20-day simple moving average, it doesn't look like we're going to get a MACD. Bull cross, we're kind of in between right now. RSI is at 44. It's, by no means oversold on the daily time frame. Back in February, you can see it was oversold. It hit 21. That's very oversold, almost in the teens. And as you can see, massive bounce. Lots of opportunity to make money, but I would sit tight in Aapl. I'm not even interested in trading Aapl. So Facebook's getting a lot of attention, and guys, what will happen with Facebook? And I hated on Facebook for a long time. I was like, oh, it's MySpace, but just repackaged, whatever. The thing with Facebook is a ton of people use their products, whether it's Instagram, WhatsApp, or Facebook. And the amount of ad revenue that Facebook generates is actually astonishing. And they haven't even monetized Instagram. Anyway, they have assets that are extremely valuable that people use every single day. So the fact that this stock got beaten up so much about the the data breach or whatever, and I hate to break it to you, but our data is it's so readily available. If you guys think that this is appalling, I mean, it is appalling. It pisses me off, but I can guarantee you there are probably hundreds, if not thousands, of other companies that are doing similar things that happen with Facebook. So the levels, they're very attractive. We're at 156. We haven't been this low since what was back over here? Wow, June. Jeez. Okay, so obviously this is weaker than the S&P 500 in just terms of looking at the chart. The low of the February dump was down here at like 168, 167. Clearly, after that news, it was, huge dump. And, what we could... actually, we kind of have a bull MACD cross coming down here, which is nice. So, what I would be watching, I'd be watching this RSI on the daily time frame with in mind that this news is pretty bad, and we need to see when this news is going to kind of die down. When the news outlets are going to stop talking about it and, driving this fear into people that own the stock. I believe it absolutely will bounce back, but this could just be a bear flag, and we could be on the next leg down. I do not feel like calling the bottom. Obviously, this RSI has cooled off quite a bit. It's 38. I wouldn't even consider this to be oversold unless it was at or under 30. So that's something to be watching. If we zoom in, just see if we see anything else here. Yeah, we're kind of at a little equilibrium pattern here. We have the low of the dump right here, higher high, higher low, lower high. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Low of the, okay, so it's kind of a double bottom actually. Excuse me. So low of 150.76. Yep, 150.76 is the low of the dump, and we have 150.82. Wow, that's pretty close. I might call that a double bottom. So we hit the bottom here, came up a little bit, then we came back down and hit that right around that level again, a few pennies off. But look at that hammer it formed right there. That is a bullish sign. But I want to see how this plays out. I wouldn't feel comfortable unless we start breaking the higher high here. So I'd want to see it go past 161. Maybe change the trend on the daily time frame. But the RSIs back in here were 27, so this was oversold. You could have played a nice little oversold bounce here. And let's see what else we got. Tesla. Tesla's also another company that's been getting dumped on recently. So as you can see, extremely bearish action the past couple weeks here. Huge gap down, trying to recover a little bit. The daily RSI was, get rid of that, 22. Wow. Yeah, so we probably will see continuation. We're most likely going to close this gap. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Tesla, they're not really making money. They're actually losing money, so this is interesting. Their stock's been doing so well. Elon Musk is an idol of mine. That guy's the man. However, I think a lot of this is on hype, and Teslas are, they're cool cars. They're great cars. But, you need to be making money. So, obviously, we broke past tons of levels of support on this dump down. Let's see, where do we... Okay. So this... Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I do think this is going to see a nice little bounce. At least, probably could test 300, or just below 300 maybe. That could be the next level, major level of resistance. But, it like Facebook, this could be just another leg bearish, which I would absolutely be scouting entries for. Just my personal opinion. Oh, wow. Oh, that's nice right there. Yep. So this level in here is pretty important. As you can see, the high of whatever this is, 156, that played a part. And then this little triple top back there, yeah, it tested this level a bunch, 256, and that's really close to the level that we saw the temporary bottom here. So just some things to keep in mind, everyone. I always look at the RSI to gauge how oversold something is, and if the S&P 500 does dump lower than the February lows, all these names will go down with it. I don't care if it's Monster, Microsoft, whatever it is, everything will get dragged down, in which there will be opportunities. But this could be the start of a bearish market. We could see a bear market for 6 months, for a year. Typically, bear markets are not as long as bull markets. They're typically 1 year versus a 4-year bull market in the 100-year history of the stock market. So just some things to keep in mind. I'm watching the S&P 500 for the Canadian MJ sector. It overall seems to correlate with the S&P 500. Hence, if the S&P 500 dumps, these Canadian companies will most likely dump as well. And I do have a video on what I'm looking at in the Canadian sector for today. But that is it. I hope you guys liked it. Have a good one.